I'm going to start from the bottom.
Okay.
So it's just put it where the marks are at. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the journey. So as you can see, I'm out here today. I'm already sweating through my shirt. It's nice and hot. We do got a little bit of a breeze, but in there it's still warm. So not a whole lot of air travels through this yet. Obviously, we still need to make another little roof type thing up here. That way we can get this hatch open, and it allows all the ventilation of this building, allows the hot air to raise up and go out, and that will be able to basically stay open for the most part. I will make some type of door on the inside that we can close for winter time. That way we're able to keep the heat inside the building by letting it go out. But on the outside, it's just going to stay the same. That way we don't have to go on top of the building to do anything. And then as you can see, I have doors in the back. So I'm not certain if I'd already shown that. I guess we'll go ahead and take you guys around because, like I said, we just got back from my mom's. We were gone for 5 days. Some interesting things happened. If you guys have not had a chance to get over to our side channel, which is the Scuttlebutt with IFF, or Ivy's Family Factotum, then we kind of show a little bit of some of the things that happened. Right, with the fire, we were able to get it out fairly quickly. Obviously, damages were already made during that time. It wasn't an actual issue with that range itself. So we were actually utilizing it as a butane camping stove indoors, and that's like a big no-no, right? So yes, that is definitely 100% accident that could have been prevented by utilizing that outside. But hey, things happen. Everything happens for a reason, I guess. And nobody got hurt. No major damages happened other than the hood and the range itself. Those two things had to be fixed. A little bit of wiring fixing because the old range was hardwired in. So I made that a little more easily accessible for a plug. So I actually wired in a wall mounted plug and such. Got all that completely done. And also, while we were there, along with here, we've had the opportunity to actually test out a product. So for today's sponsored product, I guess we'll go ahead and check it out, and it's a good one. So stick around, and we'll see you in the chicken coop when we get back. All right, folks. So for today's sponsor, or I guess review, product review, right? We're going to be talking about the TOPDON TC004 thermal imager. So we actually had gotten this in a few weeks ago. We just haven't had a chance to actually go through and review this thing. But I did get a chance to actually take footage of use over at my mom's place. We actually used this when we had the fire there, of checking for any hot spots or anything like that. So that actually came in a lot of handy when we were there. Now there's a lot of things that you can actually do with this. So for one, it comes with this awesome little carry case. You can even attach it to a belt, or it has a little strap that you can put over your shoulder, crosswise. But here we go. This is the TOPDON TC004. And they do have another model of this, is the TC001, that you can actually attach to a cell phone, which I thought was pretty cool as well. But then if you look at this, it has a really nice screen, pretty big. It's not very heavy. It's fairly lightweight. Now, I've only ever worked with thermal imaging equipment with the Navy, right? I've used a FLIR, the company that use that, which they're pretty pricey. So this one, actually, some of the reviews that I've seen, because I've watched some other channels of reviews, and they've actually reviewed this even higher than a handheld FLIR. And just from the things that I've seen and ones that I've worked with, I agree. I do think that this is a better product for the price. It does have a little thing here on the bottom that you can attach to a tripod if you would like. So first we'll go ahead and turn this thing on, give you guys a quick view of this, and then we'll kind of go through and I'll tell you about some of the features. But see, there you go. You can see what I look like on the screen. It doesn't really have, you know, a lag, right? So it does lag some, but not really. As you're going through, it just really depends on the settings that you have. So there are a few different settings you can go through. You have the palette. Okay, so that's the colors, right? The color range that you'd want to do. So you can do like a white hot. Looks like that. You can do a black hot. So anything that shows up black will be hot. And then you can do the iron. Pretty cool. Then the rainbow, that's the one that I had it on originally. And then it's a red gray. So like a red would be the hot, gray is cold. And then back to the other one. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave it on iron. That's actually one of my favorite settings. Just the last time I was using it was on rainbow, and you can even see right here I was walking through the RV and doing stuff, and you get a chance to see some of the hot spots, cold spots, and things. But what's cool about this thing is you actually can put a memory card into this up here at the top, because it also has a charging port and a memory stick. So, and it comes with the memory card. It came with batteries. It came with the charger, all the things that was required for this. It even has a flashlight, a little light on there, so if you're in a dark space. Okay. And it has playback. So you can record video, you can play it back, you can take pictures, and that's all done with your trigger. So either a short pull of the trigger takes a photo, or you can hold it down and it'll actually start playing video. And then you can even do playback. So there's some of the files that I have saved on your memory card, right? And what's cool about this is you can even connect it to your computer, and there's a link in the book that you have, or some of the paperwork that gets sent to you, to where there's an app that you can download, and you can actually go through. So if you're like a service technician or anything, you know, working HVAC or mechanic or any of those things, and you're utilizing this for troubleshooting, you can go back utilizing that computer program. I have not downloaded it personally. I probably will not, just to be honest, but definitely look into that if you're any type of service, right? Especially in the trades, any type of trades, this is going to be an amazing tool, right, to be able to utilize. And like I said, even at my mom's place, firefighting, right, we use this to check hot spots to make sure that the fire and everything was indeed out, and that it was going to be safe to be, you know, removing things and being able to touch stuff without getting burned, right? So far, we really like this. And we're going to have all the links down in the description for you guys to go check it out. We definitely thank you. Please check it out. It's a great price for a great product. And man, so many uses that I'm going to have for this thing here coming up. Even come hunting season, yes, you can use this at nighttime for hunting. Just be able to see, hey, what's coming through and whatnot. So whenever you're getting out to your stand early in the morning, it's still dark, you can't really see a whole lot. You'll be able to scan and see if you have any hot spots out in the woods, something that you might not necessarily be able to see yet. But definitely make sure you wait for that sun to come up, or at least the time that the sun says it comes up, before you do any type of shooting, because you don't want to get in trouble, right? But all right, so I'm going to continue playing around with this thing and being able to go and utilize it in so many different settings. Like I said, once again, we thank you for going to check it out. Make sure you get down to the description. I'll also pin it to our top comment. Thank you once again. Now, let's get back to this chicken coop build. So we're finally back from Mom's place. So let's go ahead and get this flooring installed. Give the chickens a place to go. All right, so hopefully you guys like that thermal imager. That's actually pretty cool. A pretty cool product. And like I said, I got a chance to test out there at Mom's and here and such. Like I said, once again, that will be down in the description below, so go check it out. Now this, I went ahead and put this in. I've already cut it to length. I did that off camera. I just wanted to kind of get it in here. I have it centered based off of the front board here. It's within a 1/16 of an inch. But this right here is actually spaced about 2 inches. So I need to cut a curve on the other side to kind of help match that wall over there. So I'm going to go ahead and make a quick little jig that I can run along the wall on the backside to give me a curve based off of my spacing that I have up here. Because right in the very center in the back, it is a little further, it's almost 3-inch gap back there, but I do not want to utilize that because then this won't sit smooth to the front. Okay, but anyway, let's get this thing marked out and then we'll take it over and we'll cut it out. Okay, I got me a makeshift little jig. That way I can basically put the pencil up against the metal and then I'll trace it with my Sharpie. I think that'll do. So let's get it pulled out. I'm gonna actually connect the 2 dots of where the doors are because obviously I can't trace where the doors are missing, but it'll be close enough. Okay, so obviously with this being a type of plastic, I don't even know exactly what it's made out of. I do want to make sure that I pre-drill holes into it though before screwing it down. And then for future, whenever I'm doing the walls, I will also make sure that I'm drilling through the stud or basically the frame of the wall that I'm going to be putting in, and then also attaching that via longer lag bolts or screws. But anyway, let's go get the stuff needed and let's get this attached. I should probably recenter this to make sure it's where it's supposed to be. That looks about right. Of course, I only have the one drill for right now. Story of my life. And it still broke. Okay, so don't tighten it down too tight. It's still gonna break. Got it. And I am countersinking these screws, as you might be able to see. I don't know. And I was going to use these smaller screws, but it did not seem to grab too well. So let me go get some more. Okay, so with this one's actually been kicking my butt because I got it pretty straight in there, and then whenever I came to put it in, I go to slide it in like that, and I still have just a little bit here that it didn't want to go in, but you see, because I was trying to leave just a little bit of a gap, because this is not perfectly round. This whole building is not perfectly round, as you can kind of see with the damage, right? So trying to make it as round as possible, but we already knew it wasn't going to be. So I went ahead and scored just a little bit, or with a marker, right? I scored a line where I can kind of come in here, and I'm gonna trim that out and get that one put in. And then for this side, I do have just a little tiny gap that I do want to fill in on this side. Not too worried about that, but you can see that there's going to be like little gaps over by the door, but that's fine. That will be covered up by a floor partition. And then for the outside, you know, basically going from here to the ramp, I'm going to have a piece of flashing. Okay, so that will be kind of like a smooth transition. That way no birds or nothing will be able to go down, right, down to this area. You know, right now that's where the rabbits are. Hi, rabbits. Hi. We still don't have any names for them, but they're getting bigger. They're making a lot of poop already, so, but they enjoy drinking their water. They have hay and they have little pellets, the little alfalfa pellets, so they're doing good. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this trimmed up. We'll get this put in here, and then I think I'm gonna call this done for today, or this portion done for today. Okay, so here we are back on another day, kind of getting into this, getting it divided up. So I need to I'm not too worried about putting any type of walling around here, but I do need a partition, and then we need a wall here in the front, along with doors, obviously, right? So continue to follow along. We're trying to get this done as fast as possible with materials we already have on hand. So it is what it is. All right. I came up here to the front, to look through the scrap bin, scrap piles of metal. And also I'm trying to find something that, you know, is obviously going to work for us and not be, you know, heavily rusted or whatnot. And I think I found this piece here that is somewhat straight. I mean, it does have a little bit of a bend in it, as you can see, but I think I'll be able to get that straightened up enough that we can get that put in there. It's not 100% the size that I need, because you can tell that it has been cut off. At least one row has been cut off. But I think out of the other stuff that is here, that this is what's going to work the best. So I'll go ahead and take it over there and make do with what we got. Okay, so far I've gotten the cattle panel cut, put in place. And right now I just have it temporarily tied right here at the top with a piece of wire. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut another board for the top. Obviously there's one like little hole there that I might need to patch. I don't know, we'll see. But I mean, it's held in there pretty good. I will look and see if I have a little bit of like strapping just to be able to kind of put over, just to make sure that this doesn't shift anywhere, which, I mean, it's not going to shift. Once I get this front wall in, it's not going to shift anywhere, because it will be solid up here at the top. I'm only going to have a door, you know, go up maybe halfway. So yeah, but the problem I have, let's come over here and look at it, is I don't have any more of this material that has the groove cut in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this to length, because I do have, you know, the square piece. So this is a 2x2. I do have that, and obviously it is milled on both sides. So I'll go ahead and cut to the length that I need, and then I'm gonna have to cut a groove in there. That way it can sit on top of that wire, which I do have a table saw, but the table saw is kind of indisposed right now. So I'm just gonna make do with what I can with a skill saw and a fence. So let's go show you what we got, because I mean, I do have another piece here, but that's too small. Too small for what I need. So yep, I'm gonna have to cut this. So let's get this cut up. I'll get all the setup and stuff done on this, kind of show you what I'm going to be doing, and then we'll go install it. I got my saw set up. Has a little portable fence you put in there. I have it spaced 1/2 inch. It's going to go 1/2 inch deep, and we'll run it along this board just to try to kind of match this. So I'm going to go from one side, flip the board around, do it again. It'll create 2 lines, and then I'm going to have to try to cut that out. I'll go ahead and move the fence over a little bit, try to cut right down the center, and then I'll just go grab a chisel to try to clean it up. Because the front came off. And I'm gonna go ahead and replace my battery before I make this other cut, because I can already tell it was getting low. Not pretty, but Get off me. Whatever you were. Y'all chickens need to get along.
It's a kitty cat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What?
Here comes Gladys serenading y'all once again. And cursing.
Why didn't you tell me you were live?
Okay, you should know this by now.
I know. I live with a YouTube man. Yay. All right, what are we doing? What are you doing? What is this cute stuff you're doing?
Go look.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You did put the plastic in there. Maxie Max! Oh, Maxie Max! Don't run away from me!
Run away, Max! Run away!
Max, you got a turd hanging. Max got a turd hanging.
No.
What'd she say?
No.
What'd she say? They're taking over.
Yeah. They go into his coop, take his food.
He's so mad at them. And he pecks them. He's like, yo, this is mine.
This is my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, this doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just going to clean this out some. But if you don't have a table saw, you can still make stuff happen. These are little basic tools.
There's a little cricket.
That's what someone's going to name their skill saw.
The Anson.
They're going to name it an Anson.
Yeah, you gotta have an Anson around.
Yeah.
Hi, Cricket. Do you want to come and meet my chickens? Come on.
I don't think Jiminy wants to meet the chickens.
Come on, Jimmy. Aw, you failed.
We got that one all in there. That's all installed. Actually had Gladys climb up onto here to hold that top board in. She was scared to death. She's like, I don't want it to collapse. I was like, what? You don't believe in my construction techniques? But no, I mean, she's definitely afraid of, anything. I was like, it's only 3 feet off the ground. You should be fine. She's like, just hurry up. So I ended up drilling a hole up here and then putting the screw through there. And then I have a few more kind of holding that in. And then she disappeared on me. I was like, where did you go? She went inside to actually go feed the kitten. So, but this is what I'm doing. I have some more of these boards here. So you can see I've already drilled some pilot holes. So this one's going to be going here. But as you can see, I put this in as nice and square. And then if I let go of it, well, I need it to stay there so I can go outside to drill the screws in. So I can't be inside and outside at the same time. So I'm going to be doing here and over here at the same time. So she got her clothes back on and now she's going to come help me. All right. So I already explained to the folks, but now I'll explain it to you since you weren't here. I have holes here and the marks of where the wood's going.
Yes.
This one's actually bowed out a little bit, so hopefully we'll be able to bring the metal in. See how it's...
We should be able to.
Yeah, it's a pretty big gap, but I'll try to see if it won't bring that in, because this is kind of like where damage is starting on this, but we will see. This one's good. It rides all the way. That's why I'm only putting 3 screws on this side, but we're going to put these 2 in, and then we're going to go from there.
Yay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to start from the bottom.
Okay.
So if just put it where the marks are at. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Moving it. You know when you're ready.
Go. Bottom first. look at the other one now. So. That's in.
I'm gonna have to use different screws. These are just going all the way through, and then it's not gripping.
Well, it is, but.
It's not. I'm just spinning once I get. Which I like to be able to utilize these, but I dropped the bit. It was in the magnetic holder, and it fell somewhere between here and the other side. So I don't know.
I don't even know what it looks like.
Gotta keep clothes on.
Whatever.
I know. All right, you ready? I'm going on the bottom one first.
I know. Keep going. There you go.
Very top.
Give me a second.
Come on.
I think you can do the one in the middle.
Well, let me do the top first.
Okay.
Well, okay.
That's up to you.
If you think I could do a middle one, I just want to try to suck it in.
Stop.
Did it even reach?
It reached. It brought in a little bit. I mean, you can come and look. I mean, do the next one above.
Okay. Let me see.
See, it almost got it in.
Was it just bending the wood? Probably.
Almost.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's been in the wood or not.
Yeah, it's probably just bending the wood. That's fine.
Yeah, I think it is trying to bend the wood. All right, now the one at the top.
Because that metal's a lot stronger than that wood is.
Yeah, kind of did. Yeah, it's fine. It's there.
But the only way is I have to put in like another piece of metal that I can screw in to try to straighten it. You know, like a angle bracket or something. You know what I mean? To try to get it to straighten the metal, but
Probably.
I think it'll be all right. Not building the rocket ship.
No.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking.
Don't thunk too hard now.
Yeah, I'm thinking hard. Oh, I'm banging y'all around. So what I'm thinking, okay, is because we want to leave an opening down here, okay, that is just this. There's no wood or anything because we want to be able to scrape this out, right? Because we're going to put in either shavings or sand or something, right? There's going to be some type of bedding in here that is we're able to clean out, and so it's not going to just be left plastic like this, okay? I would prefer it be sand. That way we can just come in here and rake out the poop and whatnot, and then you can always sprinkle in, the smell good stuff or the coffee grounds or any of that stuff that makes it smell good. But I think this section here, because we'll leave 18-inch opening, that we can put another one of these boards down just to allow that metal to sit in. It would keep it up off of this by maybe 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch at most. So there would be a little bit of a gap there, which is fine. But then we'll come up and have, more areas up here with wood and stuff, because we would have to cut out a section of the metal for the door, and then that door can either flap up this way, or we can make it to where it opens this way towards the nesting boxes, because nesting boxes are going to be over here on this side. Okay, went ahead and put us in the header up top, just to be able to reinforce that center divider. And let me tell you, it's stout. So I only have this one piece left, which I might have another section of that, but I need to know the length of what the boxes are going to be. And actually, let's go take a walk up to the front of the property, because I'm going to show you what we're going to be using for nesting boxes. All right, so coming back up here to the front of the property, which this is actually my second trip coming up here. First trip, Beth Ann had called. That's my kiddo that's heading off to college. So she got there to her dorm with her mother, getting checked in, and she just wanted to show you what it looked like, or show us what it looked like. But here we go. I'm showing you what these look like. So these are the nesting boxes. So dad and mom has picked these up from the same place that we've gotten a lot of, that basically all the metal that's here, a lot of the timbers, all the stuff that's here, we've gotten from the same place. So they're kind of going through and just redoing everything. But he had a lot more than this and has already taken a scrap, because you can see a lot of this is pretty bad, pretty beat up. So I'm actually going to be taking, not all of this, right? So you can see I have 3 spots, and this is the portion that will be facing towards the birds, okay? And then this area back here is actually where the eggs come out. And then so right now, normally they just come onto a conveyor, and then a conveyor takes them over to another place. But I'm gonna be building just a little area for the eggs to go. So we'll be able to go in and get those out. But these are the boxes. We're not gonna reinvent the wheel. They're already made. So if anything, I don't know, I probably could even change it up some, or even try to reverse stuff around, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But this is where we're getting them from, and I'd be doing at least 3. So we'd cut this in half, so I will have to modify some of this, but hey, use what you got, right? That's what we keep saying. So we're repurposing, reutilizing. And why build something from scratch when you already got something built? You just got to modify it just a little bit. So, but there we go. So right now, mom and dad's not here, right? They're actually over there at that farm doing some work. And once they get back to where I can actually get one of these, he did say that there were a little bit nicer ones that they still haven't picked up yet. So that's why I've been kind of waiting, right, to see which some of the nicer ones he can bring back, and then we'll chop them up, we'll get them put in place. But I just wanted to get some rough measurements, kind of how big are these things going to be, type thing, and kind of go from there. But yeah, there we go. So as we come up here on the backside, a lot of this stuff's actually starting to die out, so that's good. Getting to that part of summer to where stuff's dying. Got us a nice little varmint hole, which I'm pretty sure there's something that lives down in there, because I can actually see a hole that goes down into the ground. So lovely. Some of these trees will be coming out eventually, but as we come up here, dogs are actually sleeping. They're all laying down, passed out. Look at him. Lilu. Oh, Spirit heard me. Max still tries to terrorize him. Meow. Okay, so I went ahead and came in and I measured to get my basically 30 inches. That's how big those boxes are. They're wide, okay? And then obviously if I need to modify, one side to be, kind of angled with this, because it does come out, to roughly here where these bolts and stuff are. And then I didn't really measure the top too much, because obviously the side closest to this way, right, is going to be taller because the roof is angled, like that. So I don't necessarily want to set that box inside. I mean, we could always just set the box up here onto the thing, and then it would have the sloped roof being inside there. I'll kind of see what Gladys thinks, if she wants it to be mounted more out here, hanging out, and then it's just all out here in the open, or if she actually wants to set them inside here, and then it has the angled roof on top, because a lot of the roosting bars, right? I mean, they're gonna go all the way across. So we're gonna have a bunch in here. So I'm trying to put some taller ones up here above the doors. So there'll be a shorter one going that way. Obviously, we're not gonna have any roosting bars above the other ones because we don't want them pooping on each other, right? But the tallest bar will be like up in this area here, and it'll be on that side. So, and then it'll come down. So we're gonna try to put four roosting bars in here, but we'll kind of see how it goes. Okay, so I went and talked to Gladys. She's actually inside the RV cooking. So actually what we are going to be doing is going to be setting the boxes up here. And then, so I'm gonna go get a little bit better measurements, width-wise, height-wise, all those things. So I can kind of see where, so the tall part of the box is going to be basically flush to the front here. And then I'll put some more wire up here at the top, okay? And then we'll have to build like another little box that I'll attach to here to be able to catch eggs, okay? So as they roll out of the nesting box, they'll land into the box out here in the front, and then we can just walk in, gather up the eggs, and take them into the house. But anyway, let me go get some better measurements. We'll lay it out up here of kind of where it's gonna go, and then go from there. I have basically the other bottom brace down the bottom, and then I got the metal just sitting there. It's not tied in, which I had one little spot you can probably see right there. Is the only one, well, basically the two, but yeah, so that's all gonna be tied in, which I think I'm gonna go ahead and put another piece of wood here, another piece of wood here in the middle, just to make it a little gooder, I guess. But I think I'm gonna call it quits on this one. So basically, what do we have left? I have the nesting boxes, so I can't really do a door yet until I get the nesting boxes in place, because I just want to kind of see where those sit and then make the door, basically around that. Because if it needs, nesting boxes need to be a little bit longer, then the door's gonna be a little bit shorter, yada yada, right? Anyway, so yeah, that's what we got. So I definitely appreciate you guys for joining in on today's journey, which was over 2 or 3 days. I know we keep saying we're trying to post videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then do our live on Sunday. We're trying, but we did just get back from going up to my mom's and grandma's for a few days. You guys have already seen and heard what happened there. So anyway, that's what we got. So check out this other video right here. It's greatly appreciated. You have the entire year's playlist over here if you want to continue to follow this whole journey. Icons at the top make it easy to subscribe both here and to our side channel. And then last but not least, get out there and thank a veteran at every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. We'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.